What's good, everyone? Today I will be going over 5 tips to survive as a fire team in predator hunting grounds. So the reason I'm actually making this video is because I've noticed when playing on the fire team side that a lot of players didn't really seem to know how to play or really what they should be doing. I mean, if you want to win, there's just a couple of things that you should probably kind of know, so that's the whole point of this video. Okay, so number 1, gear and perks matter. So as a fire team, you get different perks to use, right? Each of the classes have a certain amount of points you can use for the perks, so depending on the class you have, you can either build those perks around that class or use the perks to have an advantage against a predator, like the Yacha perk, which decreases damage taken from the predator, and OWLF trained, which increases damage dealt to the predator. So keep that in mind when you're customizing your loadout. For gear, when you are at the appropriate level, you should be using medkits, ammo bags, thermal decoys, and noisemakers, which are, in my opinion, the best to use against the predator. Reason being for some of those is because you're going to want to help your team out as much as you can, because there's only so much ammo and medkits available on the map. So if you have enough of that spread between the entire fire team, you will be a lot better off than if you're using a frag grenade or a flashbang, which doesn't seem to really have much of an effect or ever really do damage. So okay, so number 2, mud up and stay silent. So going into a match, you and your teammates are going to want to mud up, which is the mechanic that allows you to throw mud on yourself to conceal your thermal signature from the predator. So as soon as you get in, you want to do that immediately, and when it wears off, you're going to want to do it again if you can manage to remember that it's not even on. So a way to tell that if it's still active or not is your screen will have a darkened effect around it. So if you notice that's not there anymore, just look at the ground. You should have a prompt to push F and you'll be able to apply more camo. The only downside to that though is if the predator has the observant perk, he can see your footprints if you're mudded up, so that kind of gives a slight counter to that. Coming in at number 3 is communication. So communication for this kind of game is an absolute must. You gotta figure it's a squad based game, so communication from the start should be pretty important to winning as a fire team, you know? But in my experience, most of the lobbies that I've joined, either one player had a mic or none of them had a mic. So I don't really know what the deal with that is. And there's also an option in the game that you can use a coma rose, but people didn't use that either. If anything, they would ping, hardly, but that was something they didn't really do much either, and then you're left in the dark about what's going on. I know there's not a whole lot of options for the coma rose, but it's still something for people who don't have a mic or anything at all, really. And a few examples of that would be teammates would run off, chase a predator by himself when he's in his second wind ability, and they wouldn't ping him, so it kind of made it worse. And then next you know, they're down because they're chasing him, or they're doing something that you're completely unaware of, and you lose a teammate because of it, because they couldn't say anything. I mean, how could they? So just use a headset. If you're not going to use a headset, use the coma rose option. Just use something. That's what it's there for. It'll help better in the long run. So I mean, please.
Contact down.
Now for number 4, play the objective. Please play the objective. As a fire team, you drop on the map. You have an objective to do. You go do that objective. You go do X, Y, Z. Activate this, kill this, go here, go there. It takes you over the map doing objectives. The faster you get it done, the faster you get out, which is obviously better because you don't want to spend any more time than you have to being on that map hunted. So yeah, as soon as your boots hit the ground, you want to make it to the objective as quick as you can and as quiet as you can, because any loud noises that are heard while his target isolation is up, he'll be able to see that on his vision mode, and then he'll make it straight for you. So you kind of want to be quiet and not really make too much noise, but most people they do whatever they want. So I mean, that's up to you with whatever you want to do with that. Okay, and number 5, lastly, is knowing when to fight and when to run. So knowing when to fight and run can be the difference between living to fight another day or another couple minutes from then and getting an early execution. So, as a full squad, you are much more of a threat to the Predator, so be mindful of teammates pinging him when he's in the area, and be consistent with your engagements. So, what I mean by that is, if you know he's around, try to help your teammates pin him down, you know, lay off shots, whatever, just do damage, so that way he can't really just rush you and gain the upper hand. So, if you and the fire team just focus fire on him every chance you get, you can force him to run and have to use up one of his heals or however many that he has, and it'll give you some time and breathing room to complete the objective. Now, if the Predator gains the upper hand and starts taking y'all out one by one, you probably should fall back, run away, put on some camo, and find the reinforcement mission on the map, which is, it's like a blue marker on the map. You'll be able to find it once someone is killed. You're gonna want to go to that after at least 2 of your teammates die, because say if one's dead, you go back and you bring him back and he takes inside again, you don't get another one, you only get one. So I feel like it would be more beneficial to do that if you lose at least 2 teammates, or you know you're gonna lose a few teammates, and then you'll want to make a beeline straight to there and bring them back, and then you'll have a better chance to complete the mission, get out, or take him out, because he probably has less healing items and you'll have a chance to live. So those were just 5 tips for you guys. This was like a quicker video. I didn't want to really make it too long or go too in depth, because I feel like a lot of people have covered this already. So this was just a couple quick tips on how to survive or play better as a fire team. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, leave a like, drop a comment, all that fun stuff. And until next time, stay safe. Peace.